This is WTOP's Ari Ash. I'm on Wisconsin Avenue, just south of Hall Road, over by the CVS here in the Upper Georgetown area. And we're doing a story on a Ticketbuster that will be airing in the last week in May. And we're going to show you the video to describe the situation that happened here to a driver who got a erroneous DDOT ticket that is still not been dismissed. So we are currently, again, outside of the CVS pharmacy on Wisconsin Avenue in the southbound lane. Southbound traffic headed towards us, northbound traffic headed away from us. The driver parked on this block and parked right next to the sign here where this van is parked, in the pay to park area, not in the area that says tow away zone or street cleaning. And a couple things I want to point out is here in the southbound lanes, at least on this block, and it's only this block because it does change on the next block, in the southbound lanes it says no standing or parking during the AM rush, 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday, pay to park. There's also a street cleaning sign that's year round between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. on Wednesdays. But there is no PM rush hour restrictions on this particular block itself. Moving over here to show you the ParkMobile sign, this is zone 21834. So this driver parked on this block, and ParkMobile won't let you pay for a session if it's a PM rush hour zone anyway. Parked on this block, parked where the van was, put 21384 into his phone, paid for the session, parked right by the CVS, right under the Minute Clinic sign as you see down there, and he walks out just after 4 o'clock, about 4:15ish, gets a ticket to say that he was guilty of parking in a PM rush hour zone, even though you can clearly see that this side of the street, the southbound lanes, is not a rush hour zone. Now, what happened in this ticket issued by a DDOT traffic control officer is that this officer claimed that he was parking on the other side of the street, the northbound lanes, as you see those cars on the far side of the street in the northbound lanes. Individual was going to that office complex that's across the street, the Georgetown complex, and they claim that he was parking on that side of the street, which was PM rush hour restricted. But he adjudicated his case, still lost for some reason, even though he provided a ParkMobile receipt to show that he parked in zone 21834, which is this side of the street. So ParkMobile has indicated that their research shows that he obviously parked on this side of the street, and thus the ticket writer likely made an error. So far, DDOT has not given us a response whatsoever. We are now crossing the street so that I can show you the other side of the street from where he was at. So now, the traffic coming towards the camera, as you'll see coming, is northbound traffic, and the traffic on the far side of the street headed away is the southbound traffic. Again, you'll see the CVS down there across the street. We're now just across the street. So again, northbound traffic is headed away from the camera. Southbound traffic on the far side is headed towards the camera. And this is the area they claimed that he parked in. And you will see the signs that it is a rush hour restricted zone on this side of the street, the northbound side. So as you see over here, it's no emergency route, no standing or parking up there for that Metro bus zone, and then the important sign, no standing or parking for the AM or PM rush, 7:30 to 9:30 a.m., 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. So had he actually parked on this side of the street, yes, the ticket would have been valid, but he didn't park on that side, on this side of the street. He parked across the street on the southbound side and paid for zone 21834. We'll move over to one of these meters over here so we can see if we can figure out what ParkMobile zone this is, and perhaps that'll yield us some answers as well. So this is one of the meters, and I don't see any ParkMobile signs just yet. So I don't know what ParkMobile zone this is, but he paid for 21834, which is on the other side of the street. And again, another rush hour restricted sign for the northbound side. Still no stickers indicating, oh, here we go, never mind. So according to this sticker, here on the northbound side of Wisconsin Avenue. This zone is 21833. And given he paid for zone 21834, that means he paid for across the street in the southbound lanes, not 21833 here in the northbound lanes. So unless this driver had some sort of sinister intent in which he parked on this side of the street, and instead of paying for 21833, he paid for 21834, knowing that was the only way he could pay for a zone and then get out of the ticket, the logical common sense conclusion is, since he did not write 21833 on his receipt shows he paid for 21834, that he did not park on this side of the street, the northbound lane, that is PM and AM hour restricted, but he parked across the street where that truck and that van is, right in front of the CVS, which is not rush hour restricted during the PM. And again, I'll just move over here as a final thing to show the sign across the street once again, to show that the spots over there where the van and the truck are only AM rush hour restricted, not PM rush hour restricted. And I'm going to zoom in to see if we can see that sign. And if you can see it, it says no parking or standing, 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. Monday through Friday, and then the no parking street cleaning on Wednesday from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. pay to park for 2 hours. So no response yet from the DC Department of Transportation, which wrote this ticket that said he was parking on the northbound side, which is the side closest to us, even though his ParkMobile receipt shows that he parked over by where that truck and that van is in front of the CVS, which is not rush hour restricted. We've given them about a month since ParkMobile indicated that their research showed that the ticket writer made an error in this case, and that was their conclusion, independent of WTOP. And we have not gotten a response yet from DDOT. We're hoping by the time this story airs in the first week in May that we will in fact have a response from DDOT indicating how they respond to ParkMobile research, and frankly this video showing that their officer made an error, and hopefully it'll indicate that they in fact will void this ticket. And if not, then we need to understand from the Department of Motor Vehicles why they didn't review the receipt to indicate that 21834 is not rush hour restricted, and that the ticket writer listed the wrong side of the street in the ticket. So we'll continue to bring you updates on this story, and it will air in the last week in May. Thank you very much for watching this video.